Hi, my name is Michael Nguyen, and I help people stop losing customers, but to stop what you might think. Today, I'm going to talk about how to get the most in September for your business. And before we get started, if you were serious about building a valuable business and keeping your customers and clients with you as long as possible, check out my new class as classwithmike.com. So clients come to me because they want to reduce churns, want to increase their customer lifetime values. They want to generate more revenue and ultimately make the business more valuable. And even though they have a profitable business, they tell me that they are frustrated at the rising cost of advertising from Facebook or Google's and across the board. And in some cases, it costs them 10 times to acquire a lead, just a lead. So they tell me that they feel squeezed, right? It's squeezed by not only the rising cost of acquiring leads, but also the heightening competitions. And they just want to focus on what they do best, right? Instead of worrying too much about marketings and costs of acquiring leads and so on and so forth, and just serve their clients. And I tell them, they're working so hard and they should deserve better. They should deserve better. And that's why I want to make this video to help them as much as possible. And by the way, if you were serious about building a valuable business and keeping your customers and clients with you as long as possible, check out my new class as classwithmike.com. And so here's the story. The story is that as we are moving, if you were in the North America, we just came out of the Labor Day weekends, and officially we are within the last quarter of the year, and as you realize, there are only 113 days left. Today is September the 8th, so there's only 113 days left toward the end of the year. Now, from now until the end of the year, there are two main events that that people in the North America area may know. The first one is the Black Fridays, and there are only about 78 days left toward Black Friday, and 81 days left to Cyber Mondays, 3 days later. And if you don't know, last year in 2021, people they spent about $8.9 billion in Black Friday of 2021. So this apparently is a huge holiday, and it's a huge opportunity for you to increase sales. And as you realize toward the end of the new year, toward the end of the year, there are more expenses for you. And I know that because I'm a business owner as well. You have employee bonus that you have to spend, and how about lost productivities? Due to the holiday, the celebrations, and lots of distraction as well. Your employee think about parties, think about holidays, celebrations, and they won't have to do their own shopping too, using within the business hours. So there's a lot of things going on. So as a result, you want to use the last quarter of the year of 2022 to have a huge impact on your revenues. So what are the opportunities that we are talking about here? Apparently, like I mentioned, that the two huge holidays, the Black Friday and the Cyber Mondays, those are the opportunity for you to increase revenues. So if you already reach your revenue goal before Q4 of the 2022, great. And if you follow what I'm sharing with you later on from this video, you even have a great years. And for some of you existing business owners who haven't reached your revenue goal yet, I hope this video give you some hints, some strategy, something that you can try so that you can eventually hit your revenue goals. Okay. And also, like I said, those Black Fridays and Cyber Mondays, and also on on Christmas and New Year's, those are the time where people have the mood to spend, even though we are in, the economy, the change that the economy is going to recessions, the inflation rate through the roof. But people, like I said, it's just human nature. People want to understand in those moments. They want to buy more gift to their family, the co-workers, and so on and so forth. So that's why we want to take advantage of these opportunities. So besides the opportunity, there are also threats that you may want to consider. Number one, like I said, because there's a huge opportunity for people to spend money. There's lots of competition that you may have to encounter, lots of competitions, and you have to expect for even higher costs of advertising, higher cost per lead, right? So if you don't make plan to do something right in this first month of Q4, it will be too late for you. You'll be paying much higher cost to actually get more sales. Okay, so what is the solution that I'm going to share with you today? And I have several pointers I want to share with you. Well, the first thing is that for the first month of Q4, I would love you to start the loss reactivation campaigns. And number one, it's great for you because you want to bring back those lost customers accumulated from Q1, Q2, in Q3, and now you want to get them back, right? So you certainly don't want to start this campaign in November because it's already too late, right? People already have they receive already tons of emails and communication from your competitors or some other alternative solutions. So that's why you want to start early, get a good head start. Okay, so if you were determined to bring back lost customers and generate more revenues, you might want to check out the kit that I created for you called churnbusterkit.com. Again, this is churnbusterkit.com. It's a solution I created for you to bring back lost customers and generate revenues. Okay, so we talk about starting your loss reactivation campaign to bring back lost customer and generate sales from it. So now you can put a little cherry on top of that by offering something called upsell offers on top of the people who you brought back, right? So that's another opportunity for you to increase sales and pay for the campaign as well. Okay, so the next strategy I want to discuss is that you need to identify pockets of opportunities. Identify pockets of opportunities. Now, what do I mean by that? Now, in your business or in any business, and you will be able to find a segment of within your customer list that buying less than they should, right? So you have to sit down and think and ask yourself a couple questions like how many items they should be buying from you to get the result that they want, to get to the transformation that they desire, and or how much, if you have a service business, how much they should be investing in your service to get the transformation to their lives, to the business that they are looking for, right? The process will take time, but when you use our tool called profitable Chasm, you know exactly how much they should be spending with you. But just sit down, go through all your data from your CRM and find out those two pieces of information: how much they would be spending with you, or how many items they should be spending with you. They should be buying from you to get the transformation that they want. Now, once you identify that number, either the amount of quantity, or the amount that the customer should be buying from you, and identify so identify those customers who are below the threshold, right? If you identify, okay, they should be buying 5 items from you, but then so anyone buying less than 5 items, that's a great segment of opportunity that you may want to reach out and then you think about the about designing the offers, enticing them back, enticing to spend more with you in order to reach that threshold, right? So for people only buy one, what would be the offer for them to buy more from you in order to reach five, right? So that will be your task. It'll be you know your business better than anybody else. So that will be your task to find out that the quantities. Now while you were working on analyzing your data to find out that to find out a segment of your customers that are buying less than they should, you also may want to check out another segment of your list I call whales. Whales are depending on business, but in general, whales are people that are spending at in the magnitude of 2x or more, 2x, 3x, 4x than the average sales. So for example, if you were able to identify that they should be spending, let's say, $1,000 from you, right? So a whales would be somebody that spent $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 from you, right? So you may want to learn more as much as you can about your whales, right? For example, maybe find out the zip codes, where are they living, right? So that because the zip code will determine, you may have some insight, some information about where they live, so that you can do a customized campaign just for that zip code. Because if people living in that zip code spend that much with you, that may give you a hint for people living in the surrounding neighborhood, or give you a hint on how you can replicate the campaign to other zip codes across the countries. You may want to find out their behaviors, what kind of phones, what browsers, things that they use to do the transactions, and what kind of products that they buy from you, and a service they buy from you, and how much of each quantity, and what would be the frequencies that they're buying from you, every month, every 2 weeks, every day, whatever. Just find out, learn more, learn as much as possible from you. And once you know the insight, once you have the analytics, and then you will design a very exclusive offers to catering specifically for those whales. And like I'm saying, those offers must be good because they're spending a lot from you. So like for example, there's an article from Wall Street Journals that luxury resorts that are catering to family with kids that are willing to spend additional $1,000 per night, and they see a rising demand of 50% or more. You see what happens? So that's another cool example for you to understand why a luxury report was able to comb through the data and find out a whale sections in the list and design an offers to bring back a lot of business, a lot of revenue for them. Okay, so after identifying pockets of opportunities from people who are buying less from you and also whales, the next step is to launch a campaign to the segment, to those segments that you identify, right? So pick one. If you were able to find out several pockets of opportunity, to just pick one and go with that. Now, if you were interested in extracting more revenues from those pockets of opportunities, I have a solution for you called churnbusterkit.com. It's where when you check out the churnbusterkit.com, there are several campaigns for you, such as the cash windfall campaigns, to help you send out to that segment, with everything already created for you, and you just fill in the blank with your offers, and then you can send it out and see the result. So like I said, September is just a month for you to really prepare for the big month of November, when the Black Fridays and the Cyber Monday are going to happen. You only have about 78 days left to Black Friday. So the sooner you were able to prepare, the the more you'll be able to extract more revenues and serve even more customers, and even weather the wave of competitions. So I hope that would help, and I'll see you in the other videos.